Octopuses are mysterious and strange creatures. They have been described as aliens from another planet because they appear so alien-like. But what if octopuses really are from outer space? What if they didn't evolve from ancestors in Earth's oceans, but arrived here long ago through outer space? And what does this mean for humans and the rest of life on Earth? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to my channel. Do you believe that all living things on Earth evolved from common ancestors? If you're a fan of science and logic, you probably do. But what if someone told you that one animal in particular is not from Earth at all, that it hitchhiked here from somewhere else in outer space? You might think this person is crazy, but the truth may be stranger than fiction. As we learn more about the incredible animal known as the octopus, we also learn that it doesn't seem to belong on our planet. In fact, there are many reasons to believe that the octopus really isn't from Earth. So make sure you watch this video to the end, so you can discover what some scientists really think about this fascinating creature. If you're ready, let's get started. It would be nice if we could just visit the deepest depths of the ocean where octopuses live, so we could see them up close. After all, they are intelligent animals who are capable of observing and interacting with us. Unfortunately, modern technology is still unable to go deep enough into the ocean to observe wild octopuses in their natural habitat. But the good news is that scientists have been able to study them up close in labs around the world. That's how we learned that octopuses do not have bones or any other hard structures inside their bodies. They're also incredibly smart and can even solve mazes. It turns out that octopuses are much more complex than we ever imagined. They have incredibly advanced nervous systems and are constantly learning new things from their environment. In fact, there's a lot about octopuses that seems almost human-like. For example, they can recognize themselves in the mirror. This is a sign of high intelligence that was previously thought to be unique to humans. We also know that octopuses have the ability to plan for the future. Scientists have seen them stashing food for later and even getting drunk on fermented crab. Octopuses are also incredibly strong and have been known to break free from aquariums. This is because they can squeeze through tiny cracks that most other animals couldn't fit through. Their strength is truly remarkable, and it's likely that they use it to hunt prey, such as crabs and lobsters. Despite being so smart and adaptable, octopuses are still animals. And like all animals, they have instincts. In fact, octopuses have a very strong instinct to explore their surroundings. This is why they're often found in tide pools during low tide. They're simply curious about their environment and want to investigate everything they come across. Another thing that octopuses have in common with other animals is that they need water to survive. However, they don't need salt water like most other marine animals. In fact, octopuses can survive in both salt and fresh water. This makes them one of the few animals that can live in both oceans and lakes. Finally, octopuses are also like other animals in that they need to eat regularly in order to stay alive. They're carnivorous and will eat just about anything they can catch. This includes fish, crustaceans, and even other octopuses. And that's the end of part 1. If you love this kind of content, please subscribe. It really helps me grow. Also, if you want to learn some amazing facts about the human body, click on the link in the description. Have you ever seen an octopus play with a toy? If you haven't, you're in for a treat. Just search for videos of octopuses playing with toys on YouTube, and you'll be amazed at what you find. Octopuses are highly intelligent creatures, and they've been observed using tools and solving puzzles. But it's their interaction with toys that's really fascinating. Some octopuses seem to enjoy playing with balls, while others prefer to explore more complex toys such as Rubik's cubes. They've even been seen opening and closing doors. It's clear that octopuses are highly intelligent creatures. They also have a strong sense of curiosity, which leads them to explore their surroundings and interact with different objects. These interactions can be entertaining for us to watch, but they also help us learn more about the intelligence and problem-solving abilities of octopuses. Now, in addition to their intelligence, octopuses also have a unique way of moving around. Unlike most other animals, they don't have legs or wings. Instead, they move by essentially floating along the ocean floor. This mode of transportation allows them to camouflage themselves against predators and sneak up on their unsuspecting prey. The reason why octopuses are so good at camouflage is because they have specialized cells called chromatophores that allow them to change color almost instantly. And to make matters even more confusing, octopuses can also change the texture of their skin, making them look like rocks, seaweed, or other objects in their environment. This ability to blend in allows them to be both predators and prey. When they're hunting, octopuses can ambush their prey by suddenly changing color and shape to match their surroundings. And when they're being hunted, they can sometimes escape by squirting ink into the water and then darting away in another direction. Overall, octopuses are incredibly adaptable creatures that have developed some pretty amazing survival skills. But it's their unique ability to change color and shape that really makes them stand out from other animals in the ocean. Have you ever heard of an animal being able to change its sex? Well, it turns out that some octopuses can do just that. In fact, there are several species of octopus that are anatomically male at birth, but can change to female if the need arises. This is actually a form of sequential hermaphroditism, which means that an animal can have both male and female reproductive organs at different times in its life. In the case of octopuses, this typically happens when the female octopus in a mating group dies. The male octopus that was previously paired with the female will then change sex and take on the role of egg production. This allows the mating group to continue producing offspring even after the death of one of the members. It's not exactly clear how the male octopus changes into a female, but it's thought to involve hormonal changes triggered by the death of the female. This ability to change sex is not only fascinating from a biological standpoint, but it also has important implications for the survival of certain species of octopus. And speaking of hormones, did you know that octopuses have been observed releasing a pheromone into the water to attract mates? Pheromones are chemical substances that animals release into the environment to communicate with other members of their species. In the case of octopuses, they release a pheromone called cyclooctatetrene. This pheromone has been shown to attract males from several different species of octopus. Interestingly, the females don't produce this pheromone until they're ready to mate. This means that males who detect the pheromone in the water know that the female is ready and willing to mate. Overall, the use of pheromones in octopus mating is an example of how animals have evolved sophisticated chemical communication systems to find mates and reproduce. Now, while the use of pheromones in nature is widespread, the discovery of cyclooctatetrene as an octopus aphrodisiac was a relatively recent development. Scientists first identified the compound in 1978 and have been studying its effects on octopuses ever since. What they've learned is that the pheromone is released from the female S skin and is detected by the male S olfactory organs. Once the male detects the pheromone, he'll typically approach the female and attempt to court her. If the female is receptive, the two will mate, and the female will eventually give birth to offspring. As you can see, the use of pheromones in octopus mating is a fascinating example of the complex behaviors that animals engage in to find mates. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the link in the description to learn more about the mysteries of the human body. We'll see you next time.